Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be taking a look at how I apply the Dicta Boelcke to fights in Star Citizen here. A little bit of background. I already had applied Rule 7, which is when you're over enemy lines, always remember your own line of retreat. And I had been engaged at the security post when Strom came in, and I had a feeling I saw him at Port Olisar before I took off, and I knew that he was going to be running and gunning for me due to palace encounters. So it was not unexpected. I bounced to a Cryastro to rearm, repair, refuel, well, although we can't refuel at the moment, and he comes to the Cryastro to try to hunt me down. Instantly, I'm going to go to Rule 6, that if you're jumped, turn into the attack. Don't give your attacker essentially the ability to destroy you from behind. Now, he was in the textbook perfect position. He was essentially on my 6, although he didn't open range at fire at close enough range probably, but again, you should try to keep on their 6. In most cases, space combat games, I would say that you typically want to be getting the top or the bottom, where most of these ships, since they're wider than they are in any other aspect ratio, easier to hit essentially, as opposed to the 6 or the front. And that's what I'm trying to do here with various maneuvers. But this is a fight that I was really at a disadvantaged position. I had taken those 2 missile hits that had severely depleted my shields from the very beginning. Additionally, on top of that, I was in precision mode. I had been looking at the externals on my ship to judge damage, and therefore had to relock my gimbals. And I did not have voice attack running at this time, as the whole reason I was in this session to begin with was to figure out why. Turns out, derp, I didn't have voice attack running in administrator mode. But at any rate, here he has a wingman that comes in a 300 series as I fire off my torpedoes, essentially dumping that ordnance. I've never had very much success with size 5 missiles or torpedoes, whatever you want to end up calling them, on the Gladiator against PvP in the universe, or really any single seat PvP in the universe. I have had effectiveness with them against larger targets like the Gladiator or the Retaliator and the Constellation, but against single-seat fighters, they've been essentially worthless. And I was just trying to dump as many torpedoes as I could, as soon as I could, in order to get to much more effective dogfighting missiles on racks 8 and 9. However, it turns out that my torpedoes end up being more than effective here, as that's what gets the kill, and then I go on to give Chronic a bad day as well, a little bit later on. But one of the important things here is I remain focused on Strom. Another tenet of the Boelcke Dicta is once you start an attack, always continue with that attack. And since Strom was my original target, that's who I was going to go after and continue after until I had forced him to disengage or he was destroyed. Now this is from a few minutes later, and this is essentially round 2 after some cat and mouse of both sides trying to locate the other on the battlefield. And this is kind of a repeat, but notice how I'm trying to keep him on. Essentially, I'm trying to keep his larger profile to me and a smaller cross-section profile to him. But at this point, I do have voice attack running, as you can see that I've basically put more of my power to shields than I have weapons, since I have ballistic weapons. I'm continuing to pepper him with my broadswords and longswords, as once again, my torpedoes that I was just looking to dump come in and make the kill on him. So that was 2 torpedo kills against a single-seat fighter. I think that is a first for me in the universe, although I haven't been flying the Gladiator too much. But that's just a look at how the Dicta Boelcke can still apply to games like Star Citizen today. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you in the verse.